Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. After 43 days, the House is finally voting. The shutdown is expected to end by midnight tonight. Yep. At which point, Chuck Schumer will be dropped over Times Square. Anderson and Andy are already drunk. This vote ends an historic impasse with an agreement that, well, who cares? Because after the House reopened, Democrat Adelita Grijalva was finally sworn in as a member of Congress. Seven weeks after she won a special election in Arizona. So this Arizona lawmaker is rising, reborn from the ashes, just like the namesake of her home city, Tucson. More importantly, the newly sworn-in Grijalva is the 218th and final signature needed on the discharge petition to force a vote compelling the release of the Epstein files. That's a big first day, right? That's a really big first day. All right, here's the key to the ladies' room. Over there is the Xerox machine. Down there is the room where you're going to topple the pervert cabal. Maybe. To celebrate Grijalva's swearing in, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee gave the New York Times just a taste of hopefully what's to come, including emails from Epstein in which he alleged that Trump knew of his conduct with underage girls. Wow. What a shocking revelation. This is like that moment in The Sixth Sense when Bruce Willis appears on screen and you're like, oh, I get it, he's the guy on the poster. One of the email recipients is freelance journalist and sex Luther Michael Wolff. Wolff got close to Epstein back in the day while being pitched to work on a potential biography of the sex criminal in 2014, right? Well, in 2019, when Donald Trump was president, Epstein emailed Wolff writing, of course Trump knew about the girls. Of course he did. They were best pals, and underage girls was Epstein's whole thing. Yes, the Hamburglar was my best friend, but I always assumed he was getting the burgers legitimately. And then later I was like, oh, wait, that's why he wore a mask. It's not the only damning email Epstein sent to Wolff. In 2015, when Trump was running for his first term, Wolff emailed Epstein saying, I hear CNN's planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, to which Epstein replied, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? That is never a good sign when Jeffrey Epstein is trying to help you draft a response like some kind of perverted Clippy. Looks like you're trying to avoid questions about sex crimes. Would you like help? I can make it a newsletter. Now, in the email response, Wolff suggested that Epstein keep his bargaining chip with Trump, saying, if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Okay, that's blackmail. And I would like to point out, blackmail really only works when you're blackmailing someone about something they did that they don't want anyone to know about. That's why you never hear a mobster say, hey, give me $1,000 or everyone's gonna find out that you donate the Meals on Wheels. Epstein's other email correspondent was his partner in Horrible, Ghislaine Maxwell. In 2008, Epstein went to jail for underage soliciting. By 2011, he was out, but the tabloids were all over him. His relationship with Prince Andrew was news, and reporters were trying to get responses from any of his famous friends. Epstein's emails Maxwell saying, I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Yeah. To quote Shakespeare, woof. Epstein continued saying of Trump that an unnamed Epstein victim, quote, spent hours at my house with him. Reached for comment, Donald Trump bulldozed the West Wing. GOP leadership accused Democrats of cherry-picking their documents. And to prove their point, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee released 20,000 additional Epstein documents. But that doesn't prove anything. Your Honor, to definitively prove his innocence, I would like to call to the stand all the people my client did not murder. You first, Your Honor. I don't know if we'll ever forget the insanity of the Trump presidency. And Trump wants to make sure that we can't possibly, because his Treasury Department has announced they'll be minting a $1 coin depicting President Trump. And here's what that stupid coin is going to look like. Here's the front, with Trump once again getting in the way of liberty. And here's the back, Trump raising his fist with two messages, e pluribus unum, out of many one, and fight, fight, fight. Just like it says in the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God, getting oiled up and wrestling in a pit. According to the Treasury, this coin is for the country's 250th birthday. But that's crazy. If you're going to put a person on a coin to celebrate the founding of America, pick someone who was there when it was founded, like Joe Biden. Now, as I say almost... Got a little something there. Now, as I say almost every day, this is probably illegal. I just had it printed at a certain point. Now, it breaks all sorts of official coin design rules, but it's also impractical. One coin expert points out that it would be a nightmare to make because the deepest parts of the coin would be opposite each other, adding, the design, quote, tells me they don't know anything about coinage. Boom! Numismatic slam! You just got... Yeah. You just got numismat... The coin lady says you're dumb. Historically, here's the deal. In America, historically, we don't put living people on money. The last time we did was for the country's 150th birthday in 1926, when the U.S. Mint released a coin with a joint image of George Washington and Calvin Coolidge. Fun fact, that coin was so unpopular that nearly 860,000 of them were returned to the Treasury and melted. Well, no wonder we got a Great Depression. Oh, boo, this money is ugly. Burn it, Montgomery. It doesn't match my sassy straw boater. By now, we all know Trump is building that big, stupid ballroom, but it turns out he's been doing extreme home makeovers all over the White House, including the Lincoln bathroom. As you can see, he went from Art Deco tile to where Siegfried and Roy bathed their tigers. There's also a little update about the Lincoln bedroom. A former White House usher is releasing a new book called White House Memories, and in it he claims the Lincoln bedroom is haunted. According to the story, one White House staffer who was asked to retrieve some furniture went into the Lincoln bedroom, and as he walked in the door, the rocking chair in the corner was moving. He swears that President Abraham Lincoln was there. Okay, that sounds scary, and it's a good story, but I don't actually believe that Lincoln's ghost was suddenly appearing to just some guy who's...
Hey, Steve!
Great Lincoln's ghost!
Yep, yeah. Had to stop by before your show ends. Haven't been to a theater in a while. Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, Mr. President, thank you for being here. Is it true that you've been haunting the White House?
Sure as sugar. I wanted to check out the new bathroom. It's nice, but I miss the Art Deco, and I really miss what it was like when I was there.
What was the bathroom like back then?
Fancy bucket.
Well, you're one of our greatest presidents, and I have to ask, what do you think of our current commander-in-chief?
Well, I'd rather talk about how there are too many dogs in heaven.
I beg your pardon?
It's true, all dogs go there, but that's just too many. They're everywhere, and nobody goes to heaven to pick up dog droppings, so it's all over the clouds. Smells like Coachella.
Well, they certainly don't show that in the painting, sir. Any other complaints about heaven?
No, I've experienced pleasures there I never deemed possible on Earth. Sexual pleasures, I mean.
Oh, well, good for you.
I thought, thanks. I thought the male orgasm was a myth. Turns out it's very real. Except I don't like it when all the dogs watch.
Abraham Lincoln's ghost, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Jonathan Carl and Pete Townsend. And when we come back, Cyborgasm. Join us. Won't you?